Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome you guys for another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. I want you guys to take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence. For those that do not know who I am the queen of collaboration, affectionately known across social media. I am the author, Angela Thomas. My desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and to touch on topics that's affecting our brown community. So I've decided to showcase and highlight 122 authors going into 2023. I've dedicated my whole 2023 to promote, showcase, and highlight these 122 authors. So today we have another amazing author that is a part of this movement. She's going to get an opportunity to share a little bit about herself, her brand, and what you can look forward to seeing in 2023 from her. So I'm going to move out the way and allow my guest to come up and introduce herself, share a little bit about herself. But while we're doing that, I want you guys to take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence because you never know who may be in need. So please.
Queen Angela on a mission join this amazing connector as she bring 122 authors together.
Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you? You are muted. If you can unmute yourself. I think we may be having some technical difficulties with my guests. Like always, y'all know that's the routine. That's normally what happens over here. We always have some type of warfare. I tell you, when you're about God's business and you're trying to do what He's called you to do, there's always going to be some pushback. And we have to understand how to maneuver and how to navigate through those pushbacks and keep on pushing. I take those stumbling blocks and I try to build. I always say, build me a bridge or build me a step, a stairway to whatever it is that I'm trying to get to. So I'm just here this morning. I'm going to hang around and see if my guest is going to show up. But while we're waiting on my guest to come back in, she's having some technical difficulties. There's some problems. Y'all know how it goes. Internet is always doing something. I see she's in the backstage. I'm gonna see if I can bring her up and allow her to introduce herself. Hello, hello, hello. Well, we see her. We can't hear her. She's frozen. I guess I don't know what's going on with the internet, but we're gonna try to get this internet situation worked out. If we don't, y'all know we always reschedule. We always give our guests an opportunity to come back because it is my desire to be able to showcase and to share these individuals around the world. So definitely gonna give her that opportunity to get her technology together. So I'm going to move her back downstage and see if we can work that out. But while I have you guys here, I want to take this opportunity to share with you guys for those that may not know what we are doing here at Aspiring Authors Magazine and AALAC. But what we are doing over here for 2023, we're going to be highlighting and showcasing 122 authors. I have decided to commit my time, my efforts, and my resources to promoting these 122 authors. That will be my focus in 2023. So I have three things that I'm focusing on: my podcast, the 122 author movement, and the magazine. Everything else, I've allowed other individuals, those that want to be a part of the platform, those that want to expand their brand, that want to truly show what it's like to network, collaborate, and partner. I am allowing um, I'm letting it go. I'm letting some things go. I am loosening some things. Sometimes you don't want to let things go because they're your babies, but I am loosening some things and allowing some individuals to take over some different platforms. So y'all won't be seeing me doing a lot of interviews coming up in 2023, giving some other rising broadcasters and rising platforms and opportunity to share their brand and to be out there. I see my guest is backstage, so I'm gonna bring my guest in and allow her to introduce herself. Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Ooh, having some difficulties, but to God be the glory anyway.
Well, those that follow me know that that's always something going on with the internet. There's always something. I tell you,
Oh
spiritual
my
warfare
God.
is real, and people just
It
truly don't
is.
understand how real it is. But when
Oh my
you're doing
God.
something for God and you're about God's business, the enemy is always busy. He's always on the prowl. He's always doing something. He's always messing with something. I just had AT&T here. And I was asking them, y'all gonna be done by 12? I kept saying y'all gonna be done by 12, even though it wasn't the internet. It wasn't the internet this time, because those that follow me know I have had so many issues since
Hmm.
when I'm here in Atlanta at my godmom's house. And she just recently had all of the services changed over because we was having so many problems out of the previous company. And she do not like for anything to be going wrong when I'm here, because she know
Mm-mm.
that this is what I do. And she be like, we need to get them on the phone. Well, last week we didn't have telephone for the whole week. We was out of telephone service. Like, they just got here today. They had to redo some stuff. Now they're saying that the actual landline that's wired into the house, something is going wrong with that. So now everything is done. Everything's computerized now. They got
Hmm.
everything hooked up to the computer. So now they have where you can get the phones through the box. So I'm like, okay. So
Yeah.
now they got all that worked out. But anyway,
Yes.
it's always something. But we don't stop. We keep
Always.
pushing.
Listen, I was prepared from 11th. I'm like, okay, let me just get everything set, everything in order. So this time, I went because I had my laptop. All of a sudden, now the internet, this, I can use my computer for homework, everything else. All of a sudden, my internet ain't working. So I had to reconnect to my phone and like, okay, God, like, because last week, I had to bring the word, and I'm telling you, warfare was real. Everything that could, would, try. So I get it.
It never fails. I
No.
tell you, and again, like I say, whenever we're about God's business, the enemy is always busy. He's always upset because he does not want us to be about God's business and impacting lives. So I'm excited to have you here today. I want you to introduce to those that are tuned in and those that will hear the replay. Introduce
Okay.
yourself to them so that they know who you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Tamika. I'm one of the authors and co-authors with my cousin Angela Thomas Smith. Um, I own a business called I have a health and wellness business called It Works. A author, a mom, minister of the gospel. Just all about God's business, reaching people in different areas, and whatever door that God opens for me to reach people, I will do that because, you know, I look at now, and I'm an advocate for suicide awareness. I'm a mental illness coach. So it's like seeing more and more of people, even young kids now want to commit suicide is heartbreaking. So it's just been a journey, and I'm embracing the journey now that this is where God is taking me, whatever doors and whatever ways He's having me reach people. That's my heart desires, is whatever God's heart desires is.
Wow. So I know that you are an author because you've collaborated in several of my projects. So I applaud you for that. Do you have anything that you've done or anything that you are working on?
Yes, I do. I had a conversation with God. I had started my book, and collab with you. It was just so much that was going on, and now that I'm in school. Um, finishing my RN degree. And I said to God, God, I want to start what I'm finishing, because going back to school was something I started back in 2015. And I came out because my dad was sick, and before he left this earth, he said, promise you go back. And with that, I didn't know I was going to lose a daughter, mom, it was just so much. And then God began to say to me, now you know pain on every level, because my book is called From Pain to Purpose. But those are the things he's beginning to show me why I had to walk through all that pain and still stand and still trust him. Because now your book, my prayer is that this book begin to break barriers with people, whether you done tried suicide, whether you done been rejected, abandoned, whatever it is. I pray that my book be something that touches your heart, to show you that you're not alone, that we all in this together. Especially, mothers who have lost and fathers who have lost children, because that's not an easy walk. And when we don't understand, we get angry at God because we don't understand. And God took me back in the midst of pain, in the midst of that why factor. He said, why my child? And I had to sit back and say, God forgive me, because Jesus had to do the same thing. Mary had to sit there and watch her own son. And I tell you, that thing blessed my entire life, because Mary, you don't really hear much about Mary unless in the Catholic Church, but Mary, what Mary endured before Jesus was born, all the way to after he was born, and all the way to the cross, she had to watch everything, because the promise had to be fulfilled. So when I look at that, everything that I've walked through, there's a promise and a purpose and a destiny for me. There's a promise and a purpose and a destiny for you. So whatever you think it is that you can't handle, it's already done. Because God knew everything before we came to this earth, before we was in our mama's womb. He already knew everything that was going to take place. Is it painful? Yes. But go through the fire, because Meshach, Reshach, and Abednego went through the fire. We have to go. See, I was teaching Bible study, and God gave me this scenario. And you know how you cook a turkey and a chicken, and it has to be cleaned first. It has to be clean. You need to season it, prepare it, then let it sit in the refrigerator and marinate. Then slow cook it until it finish, the meat falling off the bone. I look at my life like that, because where I come from and where I'm at now, my God, Jesus, it's a work. So everything that we do in life, everything that we go through in life is not about us. It's to fulfill his purpose to help others. So as I'm walking through that pain in that book, and as that book is being birthed, I'm going towards my purpose. But I have to go through some things to get to my purpose. Wow. And am I willing to walk? Yes. Because everything depends on me walking. My kids depend on me walking through the fire, so they don't have to get burned by nothing. They will fulfill whatever God got destined for them. My family. Sometimes we may not understand it, but we got to stand in the gap for our own family, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. We got to pray for them. We got to stand in the gap for them when they talking about us, when they making us think everything. We got to do it so we can fulfill our purpose. And this is where forgiveness comes. We got to forgive. We got to walk in forgiveness, because that's the only way God can work on you. You can go on and fulfill. You can walk through those things unscathed. Yeah, they're gonna say, well, you used to do this, and I remember this, and I guess that's all good. Only thing you remember is my past, but you don't know my future. So, and I want to say to you, Angel, I'm grateful to God. My late apostle, he was the reason why I began to write, because he said to me, there's a book in you. And I began to write, and that's when I connected with you. And, the first book I did with Angela was Owning My Own Truth and the Affirmation Journal. And that book right there was a life changing for me. But to be able to, and I tell you, it was weird because God began to say, bless certain people with my book. I did what God said do. Didn't know it was breaking barriers. Didn't know. And one of my coworkers came to me and said, oh my God, you just don't know your testimony blessed my life because you're a living witness. And me blessing people, doors begin to open. When we be a blessing, I have sold this book and came back from South Carolina. So, and my job sold me out on this one. Didn't know, blessing people with this one, come back, I'm down to maybe 2 books. But our testimony and what we write in these books, our prayer should be to break the chain of brokenness, of insecurities, breaking the chain. So it's one of my favorite scriptures that helped me get through those times was Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd. And that beginning part, the Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. He's my covering. He's my protector. That keeps me at perfect peace. Then the part that says, yea, though I walk through the valleys of shadows of death, I shall fear no evil. We have to walk through these things. One of my sayings is, a friend of mine, like, you need to do t-shirts on this. Fear over faith. I went back to school and I called her my sister. She's a best friend. She didn't stop. I'll tell you, it was like she was a thorn. Go back and finish what you started. And it was like God was having her on my neck. Go back. She was like, I'm not stopping until you walk through the college door. And I walked through that college door and walked into a full scholarship that I didn't sign up for. So when I tell you, your purpose and knowing who you are in God, it may not look like it's going anywhere. Your business may feel like it's not going anywhere, but hold on. Your change is coming. Breakthrough is coming. Your 22 may not have been what you thought it should have could, but hold on, because your 2023, the door's about to bust open for you. There's doors that are about to open. Your business going to take off bigger than you ever seen. Your books is getting ready to be the bestseller. Hold on. Don't give up. Hold on. Fight. Because you're not fighting by yourself. He's fighting for you.
I tell you, one of my favorite scriptures is Psalms 46:10. He said, be still and know that I am God. I tell you, going into the pandemic, like when I tell you faith, when I tell people faith, when I tell you faith, faith is what got me here. It is only by faith that I'm able to do the things that I'm doing. It is only by faith because I stepped out on faith and I said, you know what, God, I got to get out of the way. I can't do this no more, and I don't want this dark place where I am. I don't want to be no more. So Lord,
Come on now.
I yield. I yield. You have your way. You placed in me, because Genesis 2:7 tells me already that He breathed the breath of life into me. So when He breathed that breath of life into me, everything that I can think of, everything that I can desire, everything that I can want, even the things I ain't thought of, is in me.
Come on now.
So
Come
all
on
I got
now.
to do is move out the way and allow
That's
Him to
it.
be who He said He would be in my life. And if you don't know who He said He would be in your life, all you got to do is open up the Word. And if you don't know where to go, all you got to do is go to a scripture. And I'm telling you, He will lead you. He will guide
Oh
you.
my
Because I'm
God.
telling you, ain't nothing nobody told me. This is something that I experienced, something that I had to go through. When I tell you,
Come on now.
because
The
I'm
other
not no minister. I don't walk in no office. I don't have no theologian degree. I ain't did. I'm just a person that just been here and don't experience some things and just allow Him to be who He said He will be in my life. Because somebody thought enough of me to say, you taking your butt to church. You going to church, and
come
they
on
put me on
now.
that school. They put me on that church bus. Even when they didn't go, I got on that church bus. And sometimes I'll be the only little child on my street. When that bus came down Black Hill Road, the Martin Road we
Okay.
called it, when it came down the Martin Road, sometimes I used to be the only one on that green and white bus, but I got on it and I went on to church. I sang on the choir. I did everything. I wasn't the best little child. But I
Come
tell
on
you,
now.
those things that they instilled in me, those things, my great grandmother was a minister. Every Saturday, every Sunday evening after we don't got out of church, we used to go there and have church again. But I knew what it was like. I knew what the word. And every time we would leave, that man would pray over our lives. So I know it's not nothing that I've done, but it's those
Come on now.
prayers of my ancestors.
Come on
It's
now.
those that have come before me. It's
Mm-hmm.
those prayers that faith that they took to their graves.
Come
The
on
faith
now.
that they had that they took to their graves is what I'm moving on right now, because I ain't
Mm.
been here long enough. I ain't been
Come
here
on
long
now.
enough.
Mm-mm. You
But I
listen,
tell
you
you,
just hitting the surface. You just hitting the surface of what God is already doing. The door's already swinging open for you. The way was already paid for you. Even though you had to walk through some things, you had to walk through that major depression, you had to walk through the tempted of suicide, you had to walk through everything for such a time as this. My grandmother, I was in church every Sunday, even during the week. But she was a minister of the gospel as well, and she poured the word. When she said, "You ain't got nothing else, you know who Jesus is." These are the things that we have come up with. And we're not listen, what we are walking through is barely what we could have walked through, what they walked through. What they walked through, we ain't walked through. So what we walking through is bare minimum to what they had to endure for us to get to where we at today. The prayers of our grandmothers, the prayers of our great grandmothers. Here's the results of that. You had to walk through the persecution, the judgment, the naysayers, all that. But you didn't waver. And because you didn't waver, because you kept going, they kept talking, but you kept going. You didn't look left, you didn't look right, you kept going, and look where you at now. This is just the beginning. And no, you may not have the office yet, but you God's mouthpiece. You have touched so many people, not just in the States, but out of the States, international. I may not can get on every time to catch it, but I see what God is doing. I'm watching God work. Greater is coming. All through the shaking and the making, all that is for this time. I'm just grateful to God to see what's coming next. You know, it's like I'm at my finals and I'm saying, okay, God, I'm at my last 3 prerequisites. I said, God, I'm the oldest one in my class, but you have to help me bring some stuff back to memories because I ain't a 20-year-old no more. But because of my faith, because of my obedience, the Bible says, study to show thyself approved. We have to study to show. We got to walk this thing out. People are watching us. Our own families are watching us, even though they may not support what we do. They may not like a video. They are watching. I want you to keep on watching. You ain't got to buy nothing I sell. You ain't got to read a book I write. Keep watching. Keep watching. You know, I'm the journey. It ain't easy, but we have to take this journey. Warfare, spiritual warfare, but all that warfare, God come for the unfit. He not looking for nobody perfect. You had a silver spoon in your mouth. You ain't been, hey. He looking for people like you and me, Angela, through the brokenness, through bad marriages, through the abuse, through the molestation, through the suicide. He looking for us, the uncommon, the no names, through the struggles. He looking for us. We may not understand why, but he knows why. Because we got so much locked in us. We just have to stand on the wall. Even when it's painful, stand on the wall. Even when it don't look good, stand on the wall. Because the end result is God getting the glory. Because sometimes he allows things to happen because he wants the glory. He don't want man to take glory. He wants the glory. So he allowing stuff to happen. Okay. She may think I'm not there. I'm there, but I'm there. I want her to walk through this thing. Because the devil's trying to, can she buckle under pressure? Can she buckle when her business is not taking off? Can she buckle when the book sales are not going? No. I still trust God. I still have that faith the size of a mustard seed. I still believe what he has said to me. The prophecies I still believe those. I'm still going to fulfill the promise that God has set out for me. Amen. This is where we at now. We have to fulfill the purpose. That's why the suicide attempts didn't work. I tried it twice. But he said, I have a plan and a purpose for your life. I have work for you to do. Here I am, doing the work. And it's not always about being behind the pulpit. Your work is wherever you go. I work in hospice. I'm a patient care secretary, so a lot of times I'm helping the nurse with the patient, but I sit at my desk, and these shirts, I love these shirts. Like, let me say, she is strong. I have a shirt that says fair with faith, different scriptures and all that. Because you never know who need a word. And sometimes what you wear and how you, this family, I had a shirt that said fear over faith, faith over fear. And they was losing their dad. The son said, oh my God, I needed to see that. They looking for hope. They're looking for strength. They looking for, I have to be vulnerable. I have to give a piece of me to help them get through. But it's worth it. When they ask for prayer, I give them whatever. It doesn't matter the color, where they come from. It doesn't matter the race. Prayer is prayer. We got to learn to have the love of God in our heart. One of my other scriptures is, create in me a clean heart, O God. Renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence. Take not thy Holy Spirit from me. I can't move, breathe, or have my being without the Holy Spirit. We can't do nothing without the Father. If we do, we're going to fail. We're going to walk into a brick wall. And that's saying you don't trust the Father, so you don't let the devil have his way. We got too much in us to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Too much in us to give out, to sit back and watch somebody try to commit suicide. Somebody I know, son, was trying to commit suicide, and he's a teenager. And it broke my heart. He said I had to put him in the hospital. I said, you know what? That's the hardest thing to do, but that was the best thing to do. I said, because he's going to get the help he needs. Let me tell you something. What you don't want is go through what I went through. I couldn't stop the process. I couldn't stop what happened. I wish this pain on no parent. But if you can do something about it, do it. If that means putting them away to get the help they need, do it. We can't sit back and watch people leave this earth prematurely.
Amen.
This is why prayer is necessary in this season. Prayer is necessary. Because if nobody else going to pray for them, if we call ourselves kingdom children, this is kingdom business. It's not about we are the church. It's about the kingdom of God and fulfilling the kingdom of God. And another thing is, one of my topics Tuesday was how to die to self and pick up your cross. We got to die daily. We got to die daily. This flesh is weak. Without God, we are nothing. Without God, we will surely fail.
Amen.
We need God like never before. So much stuff is happening before our very eyes. Are we going to look at the news and shake our heads and say, oh my God? Or we going to pray and intercede for people? We ain't got to know who they are to pray.
All the time. Power of prayer.
Yeah. We got to deny ourselves. And sometimes that's hard. We got to pick up that cross. Is it easy? No. It's a journey, but look at God. Well, look what Jesus had to do. He had to pick up that cross and carry it. But guess what was on that cross when he was carrying it? Us. Our insecurities, our abandonments, our molest. Everything was on that cross as he was carrying it. Even when the gentleman came to help him, when he was on the cross, nailed to the cross, his hands and feet, he said it was finished.
Finished.
It was finished. So what we're walking through, what we got to go through when we're birthing books, when we birthing our business, things don't seem, everything have to happen for a reason. Everything is in God's timing. And when we wait on the Father, it's something about waiting for the Father. If we gonna say we are kingdom children, we gotta walk like we are in the kingdom. We are kingdom, we are the king's kid.
Wow. Because I often find myself now, a lot of my friends, a lot of the people that I associate with, I'm oftentimes finding myself encouraging them. I have a friend right now that's just going through so much. He has a mother that's on dialysis. He had to move her in with him. He's taking care of her. He has full custody of his daughter. She's in high school. This is her first year in high school. His sister, she had her arm cut off in an accident on her job. They had to reattach her arm. So she's having to go through rehab, having to go through therapy. And he has all this on him. Now, mind you, he also was down in his health not too long ago where he had to have eye surgery. And they were telling him that he may lose sight in one of his eyes. So he's been dealing with all of this. And he called me, I think it was yesterday. I finally talked to him because I hadn't talked to him in a while. And, he was just on my mind. So I finally talked to him yesterday morning. And he was just like, it's just be so much. And the type of person that he is, he's just the type of person. Everybody have made him that person that they always go to when something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's been that person. So now he's in a place where, he needs somebody because he have all this on him, but he don't have nobody to talk to. So like I was telling him, I say, well, you can't allow things that you cannot change control you. I say, only thing you can do is
Exactly.
work on those things that you can. Those things that you can change, those things that you can fix, those things that you can deal with, you deal with those things. And then you
Mm-hmm.
just give everything else to God. Pray about it. When we going through stuff, sometimes we see stuff in the midst and we like, okay, well, when we gonna come out of this? You got to be willing to endure because he want to see how your character gonna be. He want to see how you gonna respond to people, how you gonna react, how you gonna wait upon the manifestation of the materialization of the things that he said he gonna do for you. Because if you pray, if you truly pray and believe, and if it's in his will, he's gonna do it. He's already done it.
That's right.
Once you utter those words from your mouth, he's
Mm-hmm.
already worked it out. It is already worked out. Just because you don't see the manifestation of the materialization, popcorn, quick, fast, in a hurry, don't mean that it ain't done. Because
Mm-hmm.
if my father say it's done, it's done. And then what's done to us, what we feel may be done, it may not be what he want done. Because
Right.
his way is the right way and the only way. Our way is
Mm-hmm.
irrelevant. Because a lot of
Exactly.
times we be wanting stuff that ain't even in the plan for that he has in the plan for us. But you know what? He's not going to deny us because guess what? We are his children and he loves us and he wants to bless us. So
That's
sometimes
right.
he allow us to have those things that we think we want and desire just to show us
Yep.
that, hey, if you allow me to do this, look, if you allow me to do this, hey, you won't have to worry about nothing. So
Exactly.
he just wants us to trust him
That's it.
and to stand on his word. But when you don't have anything in you, you have nothing to stand on. So that's why I encourage people. A
Yeah.
lot of people not picking up the Bible. A lot of people not going to church. A
Mm-mm.
lot of people
Mm-mm.
they own all this other stuff. But my thing is, you want to try all this other stuff. You still need to have you got to have the word. You got to have that word. You got to have that background. You got to have something to stand on. So I always go over there and read. I read.
That's it.
And sometimes I think about, I wonder, does those Bibles, those books that's missing from the Bible, do that play a part in my life? I wonder about that sometimes. I wonder. I be wondering, like, okay, those things that are missing, those Bible books that are not in the Bible. Am I missing something out of those books? Well, why
Mm-hmm.
did they take those books out of the Bible? Why are they not a part of the Bible? If it was part of the Bible, then why did you take it away and give us what you wanted to have? So that's why I tell people, sometimes you got to go in that word. And you got
Mm-hmm.
to read that word and let that word speak to you, because sometimes the revelation that I get from it may not be the revelation that you get, and it may not be the revelation that he wants you to get. And I'm looking at this thing, and I've been on this journey for a long time, and I'm looking at this walk, and I'm like, well, Lord, why I didn't get this a long time ago? Why you didn't show me this a long time ago? Like, it wasn't meant to be showed then. It was meant to be showed then. It was meant to you to
Mm-hmm.
come into this then. It's a process, and our process ain't always the process that he wants for us.
Jesus.
So we have to be willing to go through the process. But see, some of us, we so used to this popcorn mentality. We so
You
used
better
to
listen.
what the
Listen.
world is giving us, and everything just on a platter, and everything just, no, that's not it.
That's the world system. That's not God's system.
And see,
When
people
we
don't got
when we
they don't
put
got
the
it
God
all.
system,
They don't got it all twisted up, because I be seeing all these people talking about I am God. People got I am God tattooed on them. I'm a God, and then they're using these little gods and the little G's. No, my God is a big God.
come
He's
on
to be
now.
he is to be recognized with the big G, and he
Mm-hmm.
is the only God. And when he say he made us in his image, I need them to go back and I need them to look up the word image, what that means, understand what that means, because what that means is not what you is, because you is
True.
not him. You is made in his image. There's no one like no one else in this world. So
That's right.
realize that you are unique. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. There's no one else like you. I don't care if you are a twin, a quadruplet, or septuplet, or quintuplet, or whatever you is. All of you are different. You have everything about you is different. You may have some similarities, and a lot of us have similarities. That's the thing that draws us and
Come on
brings us
now.
together.
That's
But
right.
none of us are the same.
None of
And
us.
there's
Let me tell
nobody,
you something.
none of
A lot of us can have this. You can have two prophets, two evangelists, two apostles, two bishops. But guess what? We under the same office, same call, but different anointings, different assignments. What I got may not be what he got. What he got may not be what I got. But if we come together, he said, where two or three are gathered in my midst, there he is also.
always.
One can chase 1,000, two can chase 10,000 a flight. If we all come together, because it's not about the titles,
And then we
it's
also have
about
to,
our heart.
but we also have to understand too, is that there's billions of people in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and what message, what your message may not be the message that I need, but it may be the message that my counterpart need, or somebody attached to me need, or whoever else need. I may need the message from the bishop. I may need the message from the prophet. I may need the message from the evangelist. I may need the message just from the deacon.
Come
Somebody,
on,
I may need a message from somebody else. It may not be. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a message. Everybody
everybody.
got something that somebody can glean off of.
Mm-hmm.
But we get so caught up in titles, and so caught up in being like the next person. I get so tired of people talking about they gonna be the next Oprah, they gonna be the next Tyler Perry, they gonna be the next Angela Davis, they gonna be the next. No, you're not. I'm finna stop all that. No, you're not. You're
People
not
don't
finna
understand.
be the next nobody, because they
God
are
is
who they are.
putting names. God is pushing the no names. He's not looking for no. Because see, you don't know what those people you
But
want to
you
be.
not. You can't be them. They are them. They are themselves. You cannot be them. So while you trying to be the next Tyler Perry, try to be the next Angela. If you are Angela, be the next Angela. If you are Tamika, be the next Tamika. Be the next Tanya. Be the next whoever you are. I say, if you be the best version of you,
You,
huh,
the authentic you, not the mask, the authentic you. See, when you the authentic you and you allow God to come in and clean up and dig up roots of things, and when he get finished, my God, Jesus, the authentic you. You know how many people you will touch out there being the authentic you. You don't have to have a name. You don't have to have a title, but by you opening your mouth, by you opening your mouth to tell them about the love of God, by you opening your mouth and being vulnerable. Do you know how many lives you would change? Oh,
wow.
Jesus.
That's why
Jesus.
I do. That's why I do anthologies. That's why I do the things that I do. That's I don't know who spoke this over my life, but somebody spoke a couple years ago. It might have been about 5 or 6 years ago. They started calling me the queen of collaborations, and when they started calling me the queen of collaborations, it was just like I just had to live up to that. You know,
Mm,
I truly believe that I was placed on this earth to be an outlet, to be a vessel that others can share their story. You
mm-hmm.
know, I may not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay because I know some people like coffee. I love coffee.
Mhm.
So I may not be everybody's cup of tea, but for those that are called to me, I want to be the best cup of tea that I can be for them. I don't want them to have to wonder. You know,
Right.
if I'm on this journey, if I'm on this for real, or if there's some fakery going on,
Exactly.
because there's a lot of people that say Jesus, that say God, and their lives are totally different.
Totally.
And I just
It's
want I just want us to be able to, be a light to somebody that is in the dark, because
exactly.
he
You
brought
know,
us
and
out of our darkness.
that's right. You know, and it's so crazy because the business that I'm part of is a faith-based business. We pray every morning. We come together. I tell you, if you don't mind, I would love to show some product. But to have a group of women to come together and we just not throwing products in people's face.
Right.
We are telling them about the love of God as well as the products. Even having people come to be, distributors as well. But we let them know, listen, we are a faith-based business. We rely on God for everything. Every sale we thank God for. Every sale we don't get, we thank God for. Because without God, we have our own ideas of how our life could be. We have our goals set for the new year. We have our, well, I'm gonna do this for the new year. This is what's gonna happen.
We make these New Year's resolutions, is what they
Come on
call them.
now.
We make
Right,
these new lies is what I call them, because we
right.
just be lying to ourselves, because what we do is we say we gonna do this, and we start off well, good intentions, and I'm telling you, by February we done drifted from everything that we said we was gonna do.
Exactly.
So we just keep
Because
lying
if
and
we
faking to
go into
ourselves.
the
So
new
you know
year,
what? I don't even make them. I don't make no New Year's
right.
resolutions. I don't do none of that. I say, Lord,
If we
whatever
don't
you
go
have
to
for
the
me in
year with the mind,
2023.
right. If we don't go in, if we need to start now, because if we don't go into the mind, go into the with the mind of Christ, we're gonna fail. And if you need to start now, listen. I, I, 2023, I'm already there
I've been there.
because I'm trusting. Listen, I may set out some goals for me or whatever. I'm trusting God because whatever path he takes me, I'm moving with him. We got to shift. God does. When God shifts, we shift. We don't stay stagnated.
Wow.
God has shift. We can't stay stagnated in this season. He has shifted. We need to shift. The church needs to shift. We so busy with a stage and tight suits and body contract. I'm over it already. I am over it because we have took souls. We have took, listen, oh God, we need to bring back the love of Christ into the church. We need to, if we're going to talk about the love of Christ, preach about it, teach about it, we need to walk it.
That's it.
It doesn't matter the title. If your heart, see, it's a heart thing for me. Your heart got to be right. And the only way it's going to get right is in the word. That word is like that oven. It's slow cooking. It's cleaning you up. Each time you read the word, there's a piece of that unforgiveness is leaving you. It's a piece of that brokenness is coming off. The more you read, those pieces are starting to crumble. He break you to rebuild you. And when he rebuilds you, old things is passed away. Behold, all things become new. It's the newness of life. New mindset. We got to shift the mind. We got to shift our hearts. If we're going to reach people, if we're going to reach these teenagers, that world is lost since the pandemic. A lot of us has lost loved ones due to the pandemic. But that was God saying, okay, I'm going to shut down the world. I'm going to shut down the churches. Now I'm going to bring you in the house with the families. He shut it down to get your attention. The church done missed the ball. Because we can't get out the way. We can't get out the way and allow God to move the way he want to move. When we get out the way, he said, let his light shine. Let your light shine before men. He want to shine through you.
Right.
We are his mouthpiece. You know.
Wow. I tell you, you said a lot on today. You shared a lot. I definitely I want individuals to be able to connect with you and support the things that you're doing. If you would, please briefly tell us about your business and how they can connect with your business.
Okay, it's called It Work now. My cousin said she loved coffee. And I'm a coffee drinker. Well, this is one of my products. It's called Skinny Brew. And it's all plant-based vegan. Near tropics, like, let me tell you, this coffee has helped my entire life. When I want to be up in the morning, got to be up or studying or whatever. This is yes, I live by this coffee now. Slimming gummies. And this, I am now 36 pounds down. I take 4 of these a day and 2 of these. We have smoothies, we have cleanses, we have collagen, we even have wraps. If you want to get that midsection right, you want to get them arms or legs right, we have the product for you. And like I say, it won't mess with your diabetes or nothing like that. It'll actually help you. We just got something for the holiday, the keto coffee, two different kinds. Matter of fact, we having gummy cells. We have it's called It Works. You can look me up at It Works, Temekia Glenn at itworks.com. You can go on my page. I'm all over Facebook. I'm all over Instagram and TikTok. You will find me, my name is spelled Temekia. That's how you will find me. But I'm telling you, if you want to be on a healthy journey, trust me, it is very healthy, and you can buy the product or you can be a distributor. The bonuses, everything, it's extra income. I'm telling you, it was the best investment I ever did. To God be the glory. That was another faith walk, but it was worth it. And I want anybody that I come across that buys my products, I want them to know that you're not making a mistake, because you're going to look back and say, I'm glad I took that step. I'm glad their lives has changed, losing weight, they feeling great about themselves. It's just not, I want to push them down you that I don't take myself. I use this stuff every day. So if you want the product or you want to know more, you can reach out to my cousin. Like I said, I'm on Facebook, Temekia Glenn at itworks.com. I have my own website. You can go on my website, whatever you're doing, whatever you need, I'm here. Let's take this journey together. You'll be seeing more with me and my cousin when God, lay on my heart to be a part of her journey or whatever. I'm happy to be a part of it, because together we can change the world. Together we can help people, because we can't do it all by ourselves. We're here to help one another. And if you're looking, my cousin, even though she's my cousin, even if she wasn't, but support her. She got so much going on. If you got a story, if you're a poet, whatever it is, support her. Somebody's waiting. You got somebody locked up and somebody's waiting for you. Somebody is waiting to hear you. Somebody is just waiting for you. God has designed you to be helpers of others. They just waiting for that one person. God said, he gave him an ear. He said, let him hear.
Amen. Well, I definitely have enjoyed sharing with you again, like always. So y'all know that is my cousin, but we're not impartial. I'm not impartial to. I love all of those that come across this platform. She has a
Mm-hmm.
message, and she's definitely she joined a couple of my projects to share her journey, to share her message, and she has a message that she wants to shout to the world and want to share with the world, and that's what I do over here. I don't care who you are. If you have a message and you want to share it with the world, my focus is African American author literacy, but anybody that have a message and they need a platform to allow their voice to speak, that is my duty. I believe that is a part of the mantle that I carry. That is what God has called me to, is to be that platform to allow individuals an opportunity to share. So again, I'm just excited about what God is doing for you. I'm glad that you have stepped out on faith. Just from the time that we have connected, I've seen your growth. I've seen a lot of things that God is doing within you. And I just want to challenge you on today to stay, to just keep the fight, keep up the good fight, keep up the good work. You are doing great. We see you. You know,
To God
I
be
may
the
not
glory.
see, I may not get to participate in everybody's stuff
Right,
all the time, but
right.
I see what people that I support, I see what you're doing. I try to share and like when I can, but it's so many of you guys, and it's just one of me. But I try to do what I can to support when I can. I am proud of you. If no one has told you,
Thank you.
I am proud of you, and
Thank
I
you.
thank
I
you
appreciate it. I'm grateful to God for it.
for
Thank you.
being
Can
for being
I
a voice.
read?
Yes.
Can I read this part? Remember the affirmation journal? I just want to speak this encouraging word over the people. If they hadn't gotten a book, because I am going to have some more books, but it says, I want you to speak this over your life. I am loved. I am called. I am chosen. I am rich in every way and generous in every occasion. I'm anointed, appointed, equipped, and enabled by the power of God that works mightily within me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. No enemy schemes will succeed against me. I live and breathe and serve powerfully under the shelter of the Most High God. When God has selected you, it doesn't matter who has rejected you or neglected you. God's favor overweighs all oppositions because you are a winner.
Amen. Amen. And that is inside of the affirmation book that we co-authored together. I think there was about 20 of us, 14 of
Yeah,
us, 20 of us.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
that is I tell you, thank you for being a part of that project and allowing your voice to speak. This is what we do, y'all.
Yeah.
We truly believe in collaborating, we believe in partnering, we believe in coming together and being an outlet. So I want you guys to make sure that you support the things that she do. Again, share how they can follow you, how they can support you before we leave.
They can follow me on, like I said, you can follow me on Facebook, Temekia Glenn. You can follow me on Instagram, Baby Girl 38. You can follow me on TikTok, Temekia Glenn. Um, but these are the social medias you can find me. You can find me, far as the business wise, you can find me at Temekia Glenn at Temekia Glenn at itworks.com. So these are my things. My number is 267-647-8503. If you have any questions, you can't reach me, reach out to my cousin and she'll find a way to get to me. But, I pray everything that I've said has been an encouragement word, has been a sense of hope, a sense of peace, a sense of love, and a sense of joy that can help you get through the next day.
Amen. Amen. Well, I thank you. I thank you. I appreciate you for stopping by and sharing with me on today. I love you and tell the family
Love you too.
hello.
Yes, definitely I will.
Very end, there wants to be some technical difficulties, but hey, guess what? We got through this
Right?
thing. The enemy tried,
Oh,
but the enemy could not stop us. And then he wanna come back in at the end. But hey, guess what? We done now.
he does.
We done now. We
It's a
done
little
now.
too
It's too late
Yes.
now, but we done now. I thank you. I thank you.
Yes.
I thank you. And for those that are tuning in, please, go over and support Temekia and the things that she's doing. Check her out and see what she has coming up in 2023. I hope
Yes.
that you're going
Yes.
to be a part of the third book. We're going to be doing our third and final
I've seen
book
that. I've seen that. I'm not
for
going to have a heavy school. Yes, I'm not going to have a heavy school schedule. So I said, wait, let me be sure I can do it.
5 a.m.
But
prayer
I'm
again.
praying willfully that my book will be finished in 2023.
So
I'm
yes.
halfway there, but listen, I told God I'm going to finish this book.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and I will see you later.
Yes.
Thank you for stopping by. And I want to thank you guys for stopping by once again for Up Close and Personal with Angela. I tell you, I have truly been blessed on today. I hope you have been blessed. I want you to go by. Yes, support my cousin, because yes, she is my blood cousin. We come from the same bloodline. Go by, stop by, check her out, see what she has going on, see what's coming up in 2023. I tell you, and if you are not attached to the 122 author movement, I want you guys to get attached to the movement, y'all. We're shaking and baking. We're touching lives. We're educating, empower, and encouraging. So I am the queen of collaborations. I love you guys. And if you can, tune back in at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, same place. I have another amazing guest that's going to be stopping by from Knoxville, Tennessee. I love you guys. Be blessed.